Tour Stories / The Check-In is made possible by our friends over at Izotope. You know Izotope, and you know they are the best in audio repair, mixing, mastering, and general audio magic, like removing the heater sound that's going on right now. Thank you, Spectral Denoise. Head over to izotope.com for frequent deals on plugins for audio restoration, mixing, mastering, and more. That's izotope.com. Tour Stories is supported by the great Distrokid. As you know, Distrokid connects direct to TikTok with exclusive access to your TikTok artist account. What's new at Distrokid? You can do unlimited instant mastering. You can distribute your music videos, and the newest, greatest thing, Bandzoogle, where you can build a website and a store in minutes. And of course, they have an app, which is a delight to post new songs and get paid. Tour Story listeners get 30% off at distrokid.com/VIP/Tour Stories. Distrokid. Get your music out there. I'd like to welcome our newest sponsor, Schecter Guitars. Yes, I play drums, but in my band, I am the lead guitarist and I play Schecter. Schecter makes a wide variety of guitars in various styles, all high quality built with the best materials and pickups, beautiful fretboards, and always a comfortable feel. The bonus with these high quality instruments is that they are priced right. I just ordered 2 guitars. The one I can tell you about is the Robert Smith Ultra Cure in Black Pearl. Also consider heading over to the Schecter Custom Shop and find yourself a premium USA-built instrument and have it shipped straight to your door. Head over to schecterguitars.com. You'll be there for a while, trust me. Evan, what's happening?
Oh, not too much. Just hanging out. I'm in LA today. Was just playing on the weekend with a dear friend at Scribble.
Did you already play or you're playing?
That was Saturday night.
How'd it go?
It was great.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you live?
Right now I'm in Brooklyn because I'm studying.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of unofficial. Like I'm not I'm still... I'm Canadian. I'm a Toronto guy. I'm just temporarily. I'm getting some education in New York City. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are you unofficially studying?
Well, I'm officially studying. I'm just not a. It's funny. Like, I'm not a U.S. resident because I'm just a student. They're
right,
like, hold on, you're not real. But then when I go back to Canada, they're like, how long have you been away for? I was like, the whole semester. And they're like, well, you don't live here.
Oh.
So I don't know, like in the eyes of both countries, I don't live there.
Right.
Which is kind of funny.
So what are you studying there in Brooklyn?
I'm at Hunter College studying composition.
Is this new for you, or have you been studying composition since you were young?
This is my first real foray. Like I've always loved classical music and I've always written music, but never studied composition formally like this.
Drummer studying composition is a good combination.
Yeah, you think that's a good combo?
Yeah, I really do. Ask Greg Saunier from Deerhoof.
Yeah, they were playing last night here in LA. Almost went.
Deerhoof or the Bach?
Deerhoof.
Oh, all right.
Oh, he's got a Bach project?
It's an improvisational project called Bach Artillery, and it's synth and drums improv of Bach tunes. It's great. It's killer.
Cool.
Yeah. It's wild if you can imagine that.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be wild. Yeah. But I'm a Toronto guy, like through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up in Toronto. I hadn't left until just 2024 when I started grad school. Yeah.
All right. In the city?
Mm-hmm. East side. Grew up on the east side, southeast side. Yeah.
And what was your involvement in the rock and roll scene in Toronto?
I mean, growing up, I was really a jazz kid. Yeah.
All right. Drums?
Yeah, drums. Yeah. I mean, I definitely my first jams with friends of mine, like grade 7 and 8, were rock. But once I started really getting into studying the drums, I found that there was so much interesting stuff in the jazz realm. So many great drummers, so much I wanted to learn. So I kind of obsessed over that for my teen years, and then got into rock again in my 20s, mostly through my friend Stephen Foster. He's a musician in Toronto. He was like, "Get it, you got to be in my band."
All right. What band was that?
Ohm House.
All right. How long have you been playing with Cola?
Well, our first jams were 2019. Like that was the first time we got together to play through some tunes. But we go back to, we met in 2014. I met Tim and Ben at Pop Montreal.
Uh-huh.
And we stayed in touch, and I toured with Tim's, like I toured his solo record on drums. Ben also was playing bass on that run.
Hello there. Ruinous would like to thank our newest partners, Heil Sound. For 60 years, Heil Sound has provided innovative, professional, quality sound for stage, studio, broadcast, and of course, podcast. Grammy Award-winning artists and sound engineers worldwide trust Heil microphones for their legendary sound. I'm using the PR40 right now. It's great for voice and bass drum. To find out more about the full line of Heil microphones and products, visit heilsound.com. That's HeilSound.com. Check it out. And here you are. You're on your, your third record?
Third record,
with
yeah.
Cola. The newest record is my favorite. I've been studying all the records, and I can say objectively, this record is great.
Oh,
it's a really wonderful record, and it's kind of got a broader, richer texture. You all have sort of honed some of my favorite angular styles of music, post-punk type of stuff. But this is broadened songwriting and sonically. Did you have a different approach to this new record?
One thing that was different is that we allotted more time than normal in the studio, which I think just allowed things to ferment a little bit. Like normally we're just like, we got the tunes.
Yeah.
We just go in, we just throw them down, get out. Like almost everything's live off the floor. This time we had more time. We were like, oh, maybe this track needs a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We wound up just building up the colors a little more.
Yeah. You definitely did that. Especially with the song Head Sitting, it has, to my ears, a pretty good combination of something like art rock, like Unwound, but that Mancunian baggy beat is just irresistible. Is that the first time you guys have approached that little dance here, I guess?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ben is a huge fan of UK dance music. So, like he's an expert. And yeah. And so that, I think that beat definitely comes out of that UK sound, a little nod.
Yeah, I think the structure of the song has more of it's got a repetition that functions as kind of a hooky pop element to it, which is great. Mm-hmm. Like the post-chorus kind of comes back repetitively, and that's a hook on its own. I want to play a little bit of Hedge Sitting. Is that all right with you?
For sure.
All right, here we go. ending with the beat. Is that a combination of let's talk about drums since we're both drummers. Is that a
Sure.
combo of synthetic beats and acoustic beats?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ben had programmed something, and I just copied it, like note for note, played over top, and
Okay.
we just layered them.
Because the hi-hat accents are
That
part
was
of
my
it.
touch. That was my touch.
I knew that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's so good. The other single that's out, Conflagration Mindset, it's coming from Tim's experience in the LA fires where his home burned down. Can you talk a little bit about, without being in Tim's shoes exactly, about how he approached this unimaginable experience he had?
It seems to me like my interpretation is he's trying to tell the story by portraying certain scenes that they don't look necessarily like what an emergency looks like. Like the scene at the diner. It's like, okay, you're just at a diner and...
Right. Or a hotel.
Yeah. And he's not addressing it head on, but giving you enough for you to understand the scenario, and then you reflect on those scenes in a different way, where you think like, okay, yeah, everyone's at this diner because they've had to evacuate, and it's busy, not because it's like, she like, not because their deviled eggs are so good, but it's because everyone is in a state of emergency. And yeah, I think I think the lyrics are really beautiful and profound.
Yeah, he has a skill to poetically paint any picture, really. I've been delving into his words, and on Head Sitting too. There, he's talking about, or as far as I can tell, he's talking about youth and angst, and it leaves a lot to the imagination in like the most interesting way. And to that, how do you typically write tunes? Do you all come in together with different parts? Does he come in with words?
We have a Google Drive. Like when we're kind of starting to work on a record, people just put ideas in the drive. Sometimes they're like almost finished tunes. Mine is lyrics. Like Tim will address that usually later.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we've got enough material in there is when we get together and actually hash through the ideas together.
You all are able to do some version of recording remotely and share that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes really scrappy. What's in the drive sometimes is like, just MacBook microphone.
Right, yeah.
Like, yeah. But,
does any of that stuff ever stick in the final recording?
No.
No. And then when you started making this record, you all got together. Where did you record it?
At Studio Mixart in Montreal.
Did you record a lot of this live like previous records, or did you piece it together?
Yeah, all the beds are live. This one we just did more overdubs than other records.
Okay.
But we always work up from the bottom that way. The three of us do takes until we've got the take, and then we'll work from there.
Right. Do you play any other instruments on the record?
Yeah, I play some on this one. I play some organ. Did a little bit of like synth work. Mm-hmm.
It looks like you have a lot of headlining shows this summer. What is your instrumentation typically?
Just the three of us.
Have you started rehearsing?
No, we're gonna get into it next month.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into it next month. And we were talking about how some of the new songs could be a little tricky to pull off, but in the past we figured it out. Like there are some other songs that we really thought we needed a fourth person for, like Blank Curtain, for instance, a single off our first record, because there's that lead guitar part. We were always like, well, we need a fourth. But then Tim was like, well, I think I can actually just make a part for the live set where it's both.
Do you use tracks?
No, we don't.
Have you ever thought about it?
As a band, no.
Okay.
Like, I've played lots of gigs with tracks. I know on Ott's in their last record, their third record, they had a couple songs where they had to get the SPD out and play along to some loops. And I don't think Tim Ben loved that. Like my motto for Cola is like, we're a band. Like the most important thing for me is that we just perform with all the energy we can, and that's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to like concoct some precise rendition of the album.
I used to be pretty resistant to tracks, but once I got into it with a couple bands that I play in, if the track was right, it gave me a lot of freedom, and it gave the band a lot of freedom, mostly beds and stuff, to where you could improv over it. All right, well, are you going to come out to Seattle?
Definitely in September.
Great. Well, I hope to see you. I'm going to be touring this summer as well. So
okay.
If I'm ever crossing paths, I like to go to shows on tour, believe it or not.
Great.
So I'll find you. Bother
yeah,
you.
We should exchange dates.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on this record. It's really hard for me to not listen to last couple weeks. It's the best one to my ears
thank
thus
you so
far.
Much. Thank you.
All right, well, take care of yourself when you get traveling. Travel safe.
Yeah, thanks very much.
All right, take care.